Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet Rocks. Tracy here, and well, I've just been outside and filmed Gary's new kind of decking project. So last time I did it, it showed how a lot of the front was not there and the sides were not there, but the structure was there, the steps were there. So this time, the other day, I was out there helping him. We were doing the front bit, and he's done the sides. He needed the front to me to help him with the front bit because it was quite heavy stuff. But he's managed to put all the sides on. The front is now on. The handrail is the only thing that he's doing, but that probably won't get done this year. And then the uprights cut down. But he's now working on the conservatory, on the wall. So if you hear banging or like hammering, drilling, which is probably in putting screws in anyway, so if you hear any of those things, it's in the house. And it will be much nicer when it's done, but he needs to go get some mesh because we've got these big holes in the wall, air holes, if it breathes, because we're going to put a new front on it, new clad, and no way don't spiders getting in, so he needs to go get some mesh. Sorry, a little message come up. Until he gets that, he can't do the whole thing. So he said, oh, can I put like net curtain? I'm like, no, it gets holey after a while, and it will just disintegrate. So it's got to be proper mesh, one they can't chew their way from. They wouldn't, but you know what I mean, it's just me. So I went out and I filmed that, and then I went on the inside of the Yarnavan and showed what I'd been doing. It's still a bit messy. If you look at it, you'll look around and you'll think, oh, that's messy, but it's organised chaos. Oh, sorry, I'm testing this microphone. See this microphone here, I'm testing it because one of my microphones crackles, and I don't think it's this one, I think it's my short one, and when I eventually find the one it is, it's going to go in the bin. And I thought I'd thrown it away, and then one of the last times I used it, I had crackling. I lost this one and I bought myself another one exactly the same, so I should have two of these, which makes me think it's not this one that is at fault. So I'm just, and also it might be better, might be better reception for you guys if I'm using it. So I thought I might as well give it a try. So so yeah, went on the inside of my chaotic but working chaos Yarnavan and showed how I'd been sorting that out. There is an area still that has my stuff in there, not as much, but some of it, and that's all kind of hidden. All of the boxes that were just in the way are now stacked, so it does make me have a narrow section, which is more than fine, because I've stood yarn in front of it. Makes it even more narrow, yarn boxes, but I have to until I get all the other stuff out. It has to do that, but I've got one narrow end, one big wide end. There are more things I can do to make yarny space, and I will do them. It's just, getting around to it. That's the thing. There's always so much to do in life, isn't there? It's just one of those things. But I will get that done. Ordinarily, not many people see my organised chaos, but you will see glimpses of it. You will see glimpses of it on that video. And a lot of it is just things that, like earlier on, I went out there and I brought in all my Santa sacks, and so I've been turfing out drawers. So things have been put where they shouldn't be. They're normally away. So I did that earlier, and I also moved some yarn about. So and got some boxes down that shouldn't be down. So yeah, it's not normally as chaotic as that, but it was a spur of the moment thing. I just thought, while I'm out here, let's go inside. So I did that. So yeah, we see Fluffy and the garden in the sunshine, because it is beautiful out there today. We have summer back today, just for a little while. This morning it was fresh. When I went out there, fed the puss. It was pretty nippy, but the sun soon shone through and it has been a glorious day. It would have been great to spend time on that decking today. I should have dusted it off and cobwebbed it off and put my egg chair on and sat out there and gazed at the sea. That's what I should have done. But it'll be more next year that we enjoy it more. Let's just hope I last that long. I shouldn't really joke about things like that, should I? So tomorrow I've got my MRI, I keep calling it that, CT scan. And we're going to go out. So I've popped a couple of videos in the mix so that, you know, I've got stuff to come up. I also have to film the video for my Santa sacks. So I did say I wouldn't do any more of those, didn't I? I said I would leave the big ones for Advents only, but I've had a count up and I can do it, because by the time I run out of those, I'll be looking for new types in any case, and I will find something, even if it's a little more expensive in how many I have to buy. I will get some different ones, so I'm just going to use them all. So I will do the large Santa sacks, the small Santa sacks, the Advent calendar sacks, and the new bags. They're all going to be in there. I'll do the separate video for that though, so people know what they're watching, because not everybody watches my chat. So this morning I was helping Gary put battens up in the conservatory. Builder's mate again. That's twice recently. And then what do I do after that? I decided to get on with some work, so I came in here ready to start, and Crystal was live. Bag a day. She doesn't go live very often, and I don't often see it when she is. So as it was there, I thought, oh, let's just pop in and see. Ended up staying. So for a bit, and when I should have been working, I was skiving. So then I got back to work afterwards. I'm starving. That's another thing. I had some banana and yogurt to try and fill a little hole up. Dinner will be late. And then I thought, right, okay, you need to sort out this Christmas sack situation. Go get them, do a bit of a stock take on them. So I did, and yeah, and I recorded a few extra videos of whip along of my new project, and which is really coming on. It grows very quickly. So yeah, busy bee, but I'm much brighter today. I was a bit of in the gloom yesterday and the day before, and it probably was the effects of those jabs going through my bloodstream, because you do get a dose of them. They don't make you ill. Well, some people say they get ill when they have these things, but I think sometimes it's just a coincidence that you were going to come down with something anyway. Because if I'd have had the jab like last week, I would have swore blind it made me ill, but it was a virus. So, I would have blamed it though, wouldn't I? I would have said, I'm having this again, made me ill, but it wasn't necessarily, was it? So, I think sometimes it's just bad luck that you're going to get, you're incubating something anyway. But anyway, they always do make me feel a bit for the first couple of days. I usually get a real lump in my arm that's hot. That's the flu jab I'm talking about, and it's sore. I can't feel anything now, and it was just, if I pressed it, it felt like I had a bruise, but there was no lump, nothing. Normally there's a hot lump that's there for days, can't lean on it, none of that. But I did feel a bit like, can't be bothered. For a few days, that's how it was. So I think that was it. It was definitely that coursing through my veins. Yes. So let's do the doodah before I forget. What have we got today, picture-wise? Because today is Monday for me. It's not for you, because as you well know, my today is your tomorrow. Your tomorrow, my yesterday. Oh my goodness, what's that? Well, there's obviously a shard of light illuminating one area of a room with some people in it. Bods in it. It's got bods. And no idea what that's all about. Definitely gonna have to watch that again. So See if I can find out. We need a grow goo day. That's what we need, a grow goo day. Oh yeah. Oh, I noticed this word was in Gary's joke. And what did the Willie say to the condom? Cover me, I'm going in. He's getting really naughty. He is. He's getting so naughty. Sort him out. That's probably the wrong thing. I shouldn't have said that. I'm going to drink my tea and calm down. Cheers, guys. Box, box, box. Time for a pit stop. Oh, that's good. That is good. So today we've got kebabs. And if you're in if you're in Canada, right, or thereabouts, kebab. That's such a funny word. Kebab. A kebab? Yes, I have a kebab. But, you know, it's a kebab for us. In this end of the world, anyway, kebab. That's what I've got. But not like going to the shop and getting the elephant leg. Do you know what I mean when I say that? I don't know where you come from in this world, but in the UK we have... Sorry if I keep touching this microphone, I'm not used to it. I could put it on my hair, couldn't I? Anyway, we have kebab shops, and not kebab, but kebab. We have kebab shops, and they're Turkish, and they do a doner kebab, right? So you get a pita bread, and in that they shove loads of salad, which I always say no thanks, and chilies, which sometimes I have, and most of the time I don't. And you can put sauces on it and everything else, and then there's this gigantic kind of conical shaped meat thing on a big gigantic skewer that's got a flame on one side, and it goes round and cooks it, and it is pressed lamb, but it's not just lamb. It's got all kinds of breads in it, you know, because it's not lamb, it's never gluten-free, so it's obviously got some kind of bread in it. So anyway, they slice it off with a giant saber thing, like, and it all comes in, and they shove that in the kebab, and then they put lots of sauce on it if you want the sauce. But I always say hold the sauce, hold the salad, hold the hold the pita bread. I just have the meat in a box. That's what I have. But 9 times out of 10 I don't have that kebab meat anyway. That's, as I say, got gluten in it, and it's fatty, so it's a lot of fat, a lot of bread, if you like. And so I don't tend to have it. Breadcrumbs, I should say. But it isn't bad, you know. I have eaten it in the past, but that is a lamb doner kebab. Now they do chicken doner, and that is something completely different. They get loads and loads of chicken breasts soaked in some kind of garlic aioli, or oily garlic, okay? And then they sort of put them one on top of the other on this giant skewer, and they kind of flap them over like this, so it's the same sort of shape. That's why I call it an elephant leg, because it's huge. And then that goes around the flame as well, and then they slice bits off. All falls into the pot. That can go in your kebab as well. Now that's just chicken breasts, so I don't mind that one. I'll eat that, even though it is steeped in loads of oil, garlicky oil at that. So those are the two doners, okay? Doner kebab. Then they do shish kebabs, and they are skewers of meat, and they do lamb. Hang on, have I got these around the right way? Yeah, shish doner, lamb shish and chicken shish kebabs. They're just skewers. And then they do kofta, and kofta, that's beautiful, but sometimes overly spicy, and it will have gluten in it. But they are like a big, long, weirdly sort of dimpled burger, and they're hot and spicy, and they're nice. So anyway, those are the usual things, and rum barbers and all that sort of stuff they have in there. And so yeah, I forgot why I was telling you this. That's not what we're having. It took half hour to tell you this. And I go, that's not what we're having though. I just wanted you to know that when I say kebab, that's not what I'm eating. It is a pita bread, and in it will be a bit of salad, homemade, and some sort of flavoured chicken pieces that we'll go and buy from a supermarket and cook up and pop in. And they are yummy and very healthy. Nothing like the ones that you get from the kebab shop, steeped in oil. So when I do my low carb diet, for instance, I will go and eat that, but I don't have the pita bread because obviously bread is a no-no. So it's kind of just meat in a box, please, thank you very much, go away and eat it. So I always have lamb doner, elephant leg, and no, chicken doner, elephant leg, chicken, definitely chicken, and lamb shish in the same box, and that's all I ever eat from there. But not, I certainly wouldn't do it doing Slimming World because, you know, it'd be like 20 million sins in one bite. So yeah, gonna make our own. They won't be too sinny, and that's dinner. Whew. But I still think kebab is a funny word. Kebab. I never forget the first time I heard that when they said, "Oh, you mean kebab?" I'm like, no, I don't. It's a kebab. Oh, I love the differences in our language. I really do. It's so fun. Especially things like aluminium and oregano. You know, they are funny. They're funny differences. I do love it. Do you remember the word of the day? I always used to do that. Word of the day. Let's see. Kebab. It was our word of the day. Kebab. Who's Bob? I don't know. Oh. Anyway, good clean fun, isn't it? You know. So, popping out to have a little look in the shops tomorrow. I said to Gary, if I don't go see stuff in the shops, it's no good asking me what I want for Christmas, is it? So we're going to specifically look for some earrings because, as I said to you the other day, I need some earrings, like sleepers, that are not sharp at the back, that I can leave in and sleep in so that I don't get the holes close up or anything again. Don't want that happening again. Although, having said that, I don't think they really closed. They were just very, very tight. Anyway, these ones are pretty not the greatest, so I just need some, you know. Leave your ear alone, you're making it red. Look like giant red ear. Oh my goodness. Anyway, yeah, please excuse the mess in my Yarnavan. I do need to sort out some more. I need to throw some stuff out as well. I'm terrible for that. In there is a handbag collection of mine and some clothes as well that don't fit, but I want them to. So I'm trying to make them fit. But yeah. Speaking of which, I am dreading going in there and sorting a wardrobe out and trying to find something to wear for this wedding. It's funeral's sorted because I've got tons of black. You know, supposed to make you look thinner, that's why. But when I say I've got tons of black, it might not be suitable. I mean, last time I went to a funeral, I did wear a black and cream top, but the colour scheme for this funeral is black and blue. So I should at least find something that I can wear. But the wedding is another kettle of fish. Anyway, I'm going to get off and upload this video and maybe film my Christmassy one if I can get it together. If not, I can do that. I've got plenty to get on with for now. Thank you for watching, guys. And, well, take care and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now. Hi everyone. So, I've just popped out to really film a bit of the decking to show you the progress. So this is where, that's Fluffy's bed, but this is the membrane that's still going to stay like that on this particular side. We've still got the flower border, raised bed. This is going to be grass here, maybe a little patio-y bit sort of thing. But yeah, so it's now a lot bigger than it was because this part here was the stairs between these two posts. Then we had the stairs going up. So there's Fluffy. She found her little cubby. It took her a while. It took her a while to find that she did like it again. So anyway, before we could only put one chair and the sofa-y bit there, and that was it. But now there's quite a space there, and you can get the other chair next to it. So that table is not where it should be, obviously, and that's my egg chair ready to go up where the that's the frame for it. So if we come along, you can see is this, we were doing this together the other day. We just need to paint this part because there's not much we can do about the fact that that sticks out a bit wider. So we're going to paint it and fill that part at the end there in, and it will just blend. So now we've got the side all covered in. These are the new stairs, and they're much shallower, and there's more of them, and they go up. So it's put a side on. When we did it, I showed you before that none of this was covered in. So we're going to put a handrail going up, and then these will be trimmed down once that's done. The only bit that isn't now covered in is this, and we're not sure whether to keep it. I can imagine the kids would love that as a den, but it's going to be full of spiders and webs and everything else. But there's a big space under there that if we did put some kind of door there, we could use for storage. Maybe put paint or things like ladders and stuff under there that you can just use the space. So yeah, it's kind of done. There used to be a huge yucca tree there, like the one that's over here. Crazy huge thing. But that's the project, that his latest project. If you can hear knocking and banging, he's actually started on the inside of the house in the conservatory, putting up a new wall. So yeah, you can probably hear him drilling and banging. So basically the colour that it used to be isn't going to stay. That was a bit of a mistake by Gary. He used the same sort of stuff as the fence, and then decided he didn't like it, so he's going to strip it all back. It'll all be this kind of new wood colour. A lot of the top has been stripped back, but he's going to strip it all back and use just protector on it. But yeah, this is what we were doing the other day, kind of the whole of the bottom. And there's my cat collection and birds. So yeah, it's all covered in now. It's getting there. So what have I been doing in the Yarnavan? Shall we go have a quick look? Just take no notice of my toilet plant pot. My mother used to do things like this, and if there's something was hanging around, it became a plant pot, and I'm the same. Something I get from her. Oh, that's it. No sun in my eyes now. Gary's new shed that it's been there a while now, but this is the kind of patio at the end. We get a lot of fallout from this tree, and it usually, see all this is all fallout from the tree. Gary has to sweep it now and then. Another baby one from the that yucca it's just crazy. But all of the plants had done really well, but it's now the end of the year. So he's been mending his fence wall thing. So let's have a little look. There's stuff in here that shouldn't be in here, but we'll have a little look. I have been very busy in here, and so I managed to get all of my yarn area back to yarn again. There's stuff I've been doing up there. Those are bags, and I just packaging. Got some fairyland yarn, and then all along here are more That's my yarn wall. It goes all the way around the outside, and it goes all the way to the floor, all the way back, and this goes all the way down. But this side I have still got a little narrow section because there's more yarns there, and I've got lots of empty ones of these that I can now put stuff in. More along here. This is my sale yarn in there, but this isn't the tidy end, so we'll move away from the messy end. And so what did I do with my boxes? I stacked them. They're all there, and well, some of them are made up, that's the thing, and they're in the way. But yeah, this is where the Hobby Rocks yarn is all nice and safe and sound. So over in that corner, that goes all the way to the floor with different yarns as well that's stuck in front. So normally I think, right, well, I haven't sold any of that particular yarn for a while. I'll stand all this in front of it, and then you know what happens? I get an order for that, so I have to go lug all of those boxes out to get to it, and it happens every single time. Every time. It is a bizarre thing, but it does. And if I hide it, then you can just guarantee that that yarn will go, oh, I have to sell it and get to it. But I don't mind. It keeps me fit. I have actually really increased in stamina a lot. Honestly, when I first started, moving a few of these boxes used to wear me out, but now, no, not anymore. I can really fly them around. Hang on, I'm just going to pause the video a second. So the accessory section is still here. All of the yarn balls, tape measures, which are in a couple of, there's so many of them, but these are the yummy bickies and tea bags that I put in orders. These are my yarn wool genies, and these are my crochet hook sets. And up here I've got all the puzzles that I haven't got many left now, but my packing area is a mess because I put some yarn on it, and yeah, I need to kind of sort that out. But every inch of this room is used, every single inch. The area where the boxes are has stuff that come from my old house. That's the only area now that doesn't have yarn in it, and most of it, to be honest, is boxes, large and small, large, medium, small and tiny. And what do I mean by tiny? Just bear with me. I have some boxes like this one, and they're very flimsy, so I have boxes that these can fit inside, and they've got this window on, and I was going to put colour packs. Maybe you know, there's an awful lot of yarns I want to sell off and do like quite good discounts for, maybe Black Friday them. So I might come out and do some colour packs, or just fill this up and do that at a special price. So those particular ideas that I had, I thought I would send out to existing customers. So if you bought something from me and I have your email address, I was going to pop them in, and but once they're in the shop, I won't be able to restrict them. So yeah, they will just be there for everybody. It was a bad idea, wasn't it? I don't think I can do it. So yeah, but I do have tons and tons of different boxes because I have knitting kits, and I was making crochet kits and knitting kits up, and I haven't really got very far with that. Anyway, that's my little tour of the Yarnavan. Let's get outside. So Gary has put my this was just my idea of trying to keep the yarn not getting too much light on it, but I don't need that anymore. But I can't get it out now, it's stuck there because there's actually shelving in front of it. Doesn't matter, I didn't think I'd ever need those again. Oh, someone's having a good time. So yeah, got my sign up, and the decking's looking fabulous and almost finished. So ready. It's a beautiful sunny day, really, really hot today. It was actually Gary who's coming down the path with his gun. Mastic gun. Okay, look, Fluffy doesn't look very impressed, does she? So off he goes to do some mastic. And yeah, so anyway, that's the That's how far we've got. A few cobwebs around, but then it is that time of year. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one then. Bye for now.